Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with Circworks, and this is Beyond 100 Days of Making Comics, where I pick up where I left off on my 100 Days of Making Comics journey. And what that's all about, is 100 Days of Making Comics is a challenge where you spend at least 30 minutes a day, hopefully more, but at least 30 minutes a day, working on your own personal comic book project, and then you blog about it or vlog about it, or let people know somehow, whether by whatever means you want to do, but just to kind of hold you accountable and everything, let people know you're working on it, and hopefully do that for 100 days in a row, which I did a while back, and I've been continuing to do weekly updates, and that's what this thing is all about. I'm making some progress, as you'll find out in this episode, and we'll see where we are and everything. But first, I got to get the formalities out of the way. So, my comic book is Young and the Dead. This is issue 1, this is issue 2, and they are both available at circworks.com. And it is a kids versus zombie story. It's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead, so if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into kind of 80s adventure, kid-centric adventure stories, that's pretty much what this is all about. Even if you're not big into zombies, it's really more about the kids and their adventures and things like that. But if you are into zombies, there are zombies in it. But anyway, so yeah, these two issues are available on the website circworks.com. And just so you know, if you're interested, you're thinking about getting them, once I get the third one up, I think I may be raising the price by like $1, because right now they're $4 each. And I was thinking to myself, because it kind of costs a little more to print them now, and I don't make a whole lot off of them the way they are, and also it's easier at show. If I'm finding out, it's easier at shows when I go to a show, and most people are selling comics for like $5 at a show and everything. So they'll probably go up from $4 to $5 once I get the new one out. But yeah, it's just easier if everything is like $5, $10, $15, $20, whatever. So you're not dealing with so much loose change and everything. So I think most of my products are going to go in like probably $5 increments. Well, maybe not, because yeah, I'll still have buttons and things like that. So I don't know. But anyway, like once you get to that, past that dollar mark. So that might be an incentive if you're thinking about getting them, to get these two issues now. And yeah, I don't think I've been thinking about this, and I come to the conclusion that Marvel and DC, they sell their books for $4. That's about the going thing. This is an independent book. I think most people are willing to pay a little more for an independent book, because there's a lot more. I don't want to say a lot more work going into it, because sometimes, obviously Marvel and DC artists put as much work into it, or maybe more, or whatever. But this is more, I don't know what I'm trying to get at. But I think what I'm trying to say is also, you go to Marvel, they've got a big corporate, corporate backing behind them, and they run ads in their books and everything. This thing has no ads, no nothing. So anyway, so just so you know, I'm probably going to raise the price to up to $5. But for now, those two issues are available for $4 each, plus shipping and handling and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so if you see me at a show, that might be the best place to get them too. But so back to, let's see, what's been going on this week. I mentioned on the last week that I was going to do a sketch based on this Spider-Man costume that came out, this Halloween costume. Ben Cooper Costume Company put out this Spider-Man, a version of Spider-Man that was like, I don't know, it was like 7 years before Marvel actually introduced Spider-Man. So I thought it'd be cool to take that old costume and kind of imagine it as if it were actually done into the comic book. And it's real, if anyone's really has any familiarity with like Ben Cooper costumes, the designs were kind of hokey and kind of poor. I mean, even the ones that they licensed characters, they were always, they're always not a very good representation of the actual character themselves. But they're fun, and I think that's why so many people love them. But anyway, and I'll talk more about this when I get to what I'm talking about now, which is, yeah, I did do that drawing. I'll show you now. This is the black and white one. The video that I'll put up I'm going to put it up for Fan Art Friday, will be in color and everything. He's got a different color scheme than the typical Spider-Man, so this might look pretty similar in black and white to what Spider-Man might look, a little bit different. But so that's the black and white there. But I'll show you for Fan Art Friday. I'm going to show the whole process of creating that. And usually I do things. I've been coloring traditionally with Copic markers for the Fan Art Friday. This one I did on some recommendations. I looked into some screen capture software. For whatever reason, I just wanted to do this one digitally color it, maybe just to make it, look a little more like a comic book, I guess, like a finished comic book piece maybe, and not so much a sketch. So I downloaded, I think it's Open Broadcast, and so far it seems to work pretty well. And I think, well, actually, I may have already had that stuff. I think I did download it a while back and never used it. I couldn't figure out how to make it work, but then I just went on YouTube and there's a real simple video that explained how to set it up, and I was up and running. I heard there were some problems maybe with the audio, so and this is going to come into play once, after this episode, when I start showing some more stuff on the computer, because I'm moving to doing more stuff on the computer, because I'm leaving the traditional steps of creating this comic book. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I finished penciling and inking, so that's kind of like the big thing, and I'll show you the page. But as I move into doing color, not necessarily coloring, but toning and lettering and all, that's all going to be done on the computer. So I needed a way to screen share to do that. The Spider-Man piece that I did, I'm just going to record a voiceover, so I don't really know, like, as far as live how it's going to handle the audio and everything, but we'll find out when I get there. But anyway, so I've been practicing or messing around with that Open Broadcast. So far it's worked okay, and it's like an open source. That's why it's called Open Broadcast, because it's open source, so you can download that, just Google it and everything. But anyway, yeah, so I've been working on that, and besides that, I don't like freelance stuff, contract work and all that. I showed this before. This is that kind of educational style comic book that I was working on. So we created this, and then after the whole thing was printed, the main character in this, Kenny Dobbs, he's the world's greatest slam dunk artist or champion or whatever. I guess he wasn't so much involved in the decision making of the original comic book, but once he saw it, he wanted to make some changes, and so that's what we're doing. And so that's what I've been working on, and I think the comic book is going to be a lot better because of it. It's kind of a hassle. I am getting paid for the changes, which is good, because these are all nothing that I was aware of to begin with, and so that's good. It's some extra work, but quite a bit of extra work. So I've been working on that, and unless you have these to compare to the other things, but these are some of the new shots. We kind of wanted to give him a different, like almost like a costume, and he'll have digitally. We're going to add like a little logo on there and everything. But so you can see they kind of look like unfinished pages. So basically any shot with him in it, and there's been some changes, a few things in there, but basically any shot with him in it had to be redone. So that's what I'm doing now. So I got to scan all this stuff in, and then hopefully this thing needs to be done by the end of the month. So hopefully get all that done and out the door. And I think it'll look pretty good when it's done. So been doing that, and so yeah, the comic book itself, finished penciling and inking the final page of Young and the Dead #3, and this is it here. I don't want to show too much, but anyway, so yeah, I'm going to scan that in, and then I've got to take this old thing. I never did, if you remember. I lost the script with all my notes, and luckily I think at that point I probably had like maybe 4 or 5 pages to go. So I don't know what happened to it. I may have thrown it out, because I think I got it confused with the script to this book, and since there wasn't any real changes to the dialogue in this book, I may have tossed it by accident, tossing the Young and the Dead script. I don't know, because it's just gone. I can't find it, but I printed out the stuff without my notes, but now I'm going to have to go back and go through this and probably do some editing and have it, have it proofread and everything, but I'm going to start doing lettering and all that stuff. I'll probably wait to do that after I tone the pages, which is going to be the next step. So next video you see of me, I'll probably be toning this book, and that's all going to be done digitally. So yeah, I am super stoked that I actually finished finished the book, The Pencils and Inks. It's just like a big thing. So I'm trying to think about how long it takes to do the next steps. So I don't know how many more of these type updates, the Beyond 100 Days, they're going to be. And after that, I talked about this before, but I'll probably just switch to like a vlog, like a update that just covers just whatever. And then hopefully I'll start working on the issue number 4, start scripting that and everything, and get back onto that. So yeah, I am getting excited because it's getting closer, and this thing is, I don't know, we're in the one, almost, are we in the 130s yet? I don't know what this is. I haven't kept track. I just look at whatever the last one was, and then I add one to it. So yeah, that's what's going on as far as the comic and everything. What else? Yeah, so I just want to talk a little bit about the 100s. There's some new people joining. Some people have just finished, and it's getting harder and harder for me to track everyone that's doing it. So I'm not even gonna attempt to list everyone. I'm just gonna throw a few things out there, and if you are doing, I checked out a few new people that have a few videos up. Some of them are doing like every 10 days or every 5 days or whatever. And then some people are doing every day. Some people, it seems like they have dropped off. So I don't know exactly who's still doing it, but I'm just going to list a few things. And if you are doing it, let me know. And then maybe I can put a link or mention you and everything, or check you out if I haven't. So, but one person in particular that, well, first I want to give a congratulations to Samurai Ox, who finished his 100 days. So he went the distance. He did the whole thing, 100. I think he did the whole 100 videos. He definitely did the 100 days. So he finished. So congratulations on that. And I think he finished 2 books, and he's talking about doing an additional 3. So I think he's going to start up again. He hasn't yet, as of my knowledge. I haven't seen a new video, so hopefully he's still gonna do that. And even if he doesn't, that's okay. He did finish the 100, so that's awesome. And I guess he's run like Kickstarter and funded the books, the printing the books and everything. So yeah, that's super cool. So congratulations to Samurai Ox, a guy who I'm trying to remember exactly where he's at right now. I think he's somewhere in somewhere in the 30s right now. But Thomas Clemens, his stuff is awesome. You should definitely check him out if you haven't. He does a webcomic, and every single video he does, it's really like informative, and he'll show you different steps of the process. Really doing a good job with it. And because it's different, most people are doing like traditional, like printed comics, like sequential stuff that you would see in a comic book shop or whatever. His is more like web comics or like comic strips and everything, which, something that I've always thought of doing, and I played around with a little bit before, but it's really cool to see his process. And I think you'll learn a lot, and I think you'll really like it, because he'll do different videos. He'll do one where he's just in front of a whiteboard drawing, and then he'll do one where he's on the computer and he's showing how he has this basically a lot of characters pre-drawn, and he'll bring them in. And I guess a lot of webcomics kind of use this format, but how he'll start with that, and then he'll add, and he shows his coloring process and just the whole thing. So I'll definitely leave a link to his. You should definitely check him out, because his stuff is really cool. And the art style and everything is just like perfectly suited for comic strips and everything. It really looks cool. And he's got like, what does he have? Like, I think he's got like 6 books out so far. I haven't got them yet, but I definitely am going to get them. I may be going on vacation, and I might want to get some of those books to read on my vacation, because I just haven't had much time to do anything other than work on projects and things like that. And I'm also working on updating my portfolio and stuff. I mentioned that before. That's another thing I've been working on. So yeah, definitely check out him. His book is called Robot Friday, and it's just Thomas Makes Comics. And yeah, I'll put a link. Also, somebody who had attempted to do the 100 days, it's Sandy Shears, I think is her last name, but she also goes by Dark and Mar. She just started up. I think she's only got like one video up, so hopefully she'll continue to do it. But her videos are pretty cool. She'll talk and she'll show like her sketches and stuff like that, and pretty good artist. So I would definitely look for her and encourage her. I guess she's had some problems as far as like a lot of artists. Sometimes we don't have as much faith in ourselves. So cheer her on, because her stuff looks like it could be really dynamite, and she just needs to keep going with it and everything. So anyway, she's just put out the first video of her new series. So I'll put a link to her. Hopefully she'll continue on with that. And there's a whole bunch of other people. Mike Emirates is always good. But check out anyone that's doing this. There's other people too. And I guess you would just go to the hundreds page, and hopefully, I recently found some other people, and I don't remember the names exactly, but they're, not, it seems like I don't even know where they're coming from, because they're not, it doesn't seem like they're being posted on the 100 Days of Making Comics Facebook page, or the 100's Facebook page or anything. So, but yeah, so if you are doing something, let people know about it, because I think everyone else in this community is more than willing to help share and let people know that you're out there and that you're attempting this challenge, and cheer you on. But if we don't know about you, then we can't really do anything about that. So anyway, yeah, what else is going on? Oh, I also, I purchased Manga Studio 5EX, or actually it was Clip Studio. Clip Studio, I don't know if it's EX or whatever they call it, which is the same thing. I don't know why there's different names for it. But there's Clip Studio is basically the same thing as Manga Studio. So I've had Manga Studio 4 EX for a while, and it was just like, I think I got it like 5 was around the corner or whatever. So I got it, and I started to work on it and everything. And I never, I don't know, I got distracted, some other stuff came out, so never really learned it, or I learned parts of it, and it seemed like I did that 2 or 3 times, and every time I was going to get to it, I'm just like, I already know how to do this traditionally, so I'm just gonna do it traditionally. But the thing is, I heard that when 5 came out, I heard it was a little closer to like the way Photoshop is laid out. So I was always like, well, I'm just gonna wait. I think I'm just gonna wait and get 5. And there's been you can find really good deals on it. I think 5 at a normal price. I don't know how much the normal price is, but you can always find it for around like $50, which is awesome for this type of software. But they had that on sale for like $15, but I didn't. I was thinking to myself, well, I have 4EX. I think I want to get the 5EX. Instead of just the debut version, but the X version never went on sale, and and there was no upgrade. I mean, I had 4EX. I thought I could upgrade to 5EX, but you just can't do that. And or maybe there was an upgrade, but it costed exactly the same or something like that. But anyway, so I think 5EX Manga Studio or Clip Studio is the one I got. It went on sale for I think it was like $80, which is pretty good, because I've never seen it that low, and maybe they're getting ready to put out another version. But anyway, so I picked that up, so it's sitting on my desktop. I haven't had a chance to use it, but hopefully I will get a chance to use it, and who knows, maybe I'll be doing the next issue in Manga Studio or Clip Studio or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I always say that, but it's always one of my goals to learn the software, and I see people that are using it, and it just does so much, and that it could save so much time. And when you're an independent artist, time is really valuable. So any way you can speed up that process and get these books out is really beneficial. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, I am excited that I got all the pages penciled and inked. I'm excited to go and start toning this thing and lettering this thing, doing the graphic designing, doing the cover in color. So that's some stuff to come. But yeah, that's pretty much the update for this week. And yeah, next week should be a little different. I'll be probably in front of my computer showing some stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But But yeah, that's it for this week. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. If you guys got any questions or whatever, leave a comment. I always try to get back to as many people as possible, which is usually everyone because I don't have that many comments. But yeah, subscribe, tell a friend or whatever, share it. That's always helpful. And be on the lookout for the Ben Cooper Spider-Man thing. That'll be up for Fan Art Friday, and it should be pretty interesting. I just found the whole whole background of this Spider-Man costume that existed, years before Spider-Man was actually Spider-Man. So anyway, so I'll do that, and I'll talk a little bit about it, and should be a good time. But until then, that is all. Thank you.